position. They told me why. He was like, you know why you were selected? I was like, why? He was like, you had a great interview, but you were the only person who answered a very complicated question, step by step, accurately. I was like, thank you.
For them
going back to I studied. You know, prepare yourself. Whatever you're doing or about to do, always make sure you are prepared.
Yes.
And it shows.
Yes, it does.
Shows.
Yes, it does.
It shows.
Yes,
and that's a part of a winning mindset.
Yes, that is for sure.
Yes.
That is 100% for sure. Well, hello there, Flawless family. It is I, Tiara Walker Holloway, and welcome back to another episode of Flawless Living Made Simple, Winning Mindsets. Now, as you guys can see, we are in the studio today, and I am joined by an amazing guest, a wonderful woman who leads, and a very, very contributing factor to why women in tech and women in engineering need and deserve more shine for their accomplishments, because this lady is making strides in and around Hampton Roads and throughout Norfolk Public Schools. Welcome, Camara Williams. Come on, Camara.
That's a beautiful introduction.
Thank you. I'm happy. I'm honored to have you here.
Thank you.
So, I am happy to have you here, and I actually recently saw you. I had been wanting to get you on the show, and I recently saw you at Norfolk State Homecoming. Yes. And I realized that you were a graduate. So what years did you attend, Queen?
Well, I didn't attend NSU. It was ODU. I was NSU adjacent.
Oh, you
but
slid in.
Yes.
You slid into our HBCU.
Yes.
Okay. So that's good.
We all family.
We all family. We all here in Hampton Roads. So you went to ODU.
Yes. I graduated from ODU.
Okay.
With actually a degree in business administration.
So how did you get into network engineering and IT?
That was the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning. IT, I started that when I was 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
Then at that point in time, you could get a certification. My first certification was Certified Novella Administrator.
Okay.
And from there, you can go straight into the workforce if a company would love to have you. So,
wow. So
at that point in time, I was in Norfolk Public Schools then as a student.
Okay.
And that's where I got my certification at the Norfolk Technical Center program they had there. They no longer have that program, but they have a ton of other programs that are very valuable to our community and our workforce. Check them out. So, but yeah, I was a student there, and my last class was that particular class, and I got my certification. I interviewed for a internship with Norfolk Public Schools in their IT department at age of 19.
Okay.
And was hired part-time internship, paid as well.
Wow.
Yeah, very beneficial to have the book experience and being able to apply it immediately.
Wow.
With the different projects they put us on.
Wow.
Was myself and 4 others. 3 others, excuse me.
So, that is, first of all, welcome again to Winning Mindset, because you just told us that you decided to take a certification program while you were still in school.
Yes.
And was this optional, or was it directed? Was it suggested to you? What made you do it?
Honestly, I've always had, talking about mindsets, I love to learn how things work. Okay. Just naturally. Okay. Naturally curious. So I read and do a lot of research. As a child, always trying to figure out how to put something back together. Right. So yeah, I was just always naturally curious, and I gravitated towards technology in its early stages. We had the Apple computers in the classroom. When I was in elementary school, playing Oregon Trail. Do you remember that?
I remember that too.
And as I got into middle school, it was the floppy disk.
Right. Oh no, I remember
playing the little games or creating a game, which was programming, which they now refer to as coding. But it's programming. Right. And when I got into high school, all the classes I took were either like art or geared towards business or technology classes.
What school was that?
My high school was Norby High.
You know what? I know that. I knew that. I had a strong feeling. Before we got on the show, we talked a little bit, and I told you I subbed in Norfolk for a long time. And one of my girlfriend's daughters went to Norview High, and she is, not only was she an exceptional student and graduated with both her high school, but also her associates at the same time. She's an exceptional woman today. And I knew that would have probably been the school. Something about that place really nurtures entrepreneurship. I really love that school. I've never had a student myself, like any of my kids, attend there. But there's something about that school and that environment that nurtures real winning mindsets.
The teachers at that time really did nurture us. And also public schools as a whole. Even when I went to NTC, the teachers I had there, Mike Weber, he really nurtured and pushed me. And that's how I ended up taking that class. He was like, I'm going to start teaching this class next year. I was already in one of his classes, which was programming. He was like, we're going to start a new class next year. I want you to be in it. And I said, okay. And I was a post-grad at that time. So you can go post-grad free. So I took a certification class free.
Okay, after you graduated?
After I graduated high school.
So were you already at ODU? Or did you
No. That came into play later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about that journey.
Yeah.
See, winning mindsets. I'm all comfortable. I'm about to just sit back and relax. I want to hear it. So that is so cool. So, and I saw that because I was, doing the research, you guys. I learned a little, I learned something about my guests. They come on, okay, like and subscribe. So I was on your LinkedIn and I saw that you had graduated 2021.
Yes,
right?
from ODU.
Yeah, and so I saw that. That's why I thought maybe that you had went to Norfolk State because I didn't see that.
Okay, gotcha.
And so that's interesting though. So that means that you've had a successful career
since I was
way
a teenager.
Longer than you had a degree.
Yeah.
And that degree just enhanced
my career.
Okay, come on, come through.
She got it.
Tell us about it.
She know it. She can tell the rest.
No, I want to know. I just want to make a point to the listening audience that So tell us more about that. So you took the class.
Yes.
You got the certification.
And then we all had an opportunity to interview for 4 positions. And by the end of the interview, everybody had their rounds. They picked 4 of us. I was the only female. The other 3 were young boys.
Okay. Exceptional.
Yes. Exceptional. Yes. My teacher would tell you. Yes. I still keep in contact with him today. But yeah, I studied for that. I said I'm gonna pass this the first time.
Yes.
And I'm gonna get my certification because this is what I want to do. This is in line with what I want to do.
That's beautiful.
And so yeah, I passed the test and interviewed, and once I got they offered me the position. They told me why. He was like, you know why you were selected? I was like, why? He was like, you had a great interview, but you were the only person who answered a very complicated question step by step accurately. I was like, thank you.
For them
going back to I studied. Prepare yourself. Whatever you're doing or about to do, always make sure you are prepared.
Yes.
And it shows.
Yes, it does.
Shows.
Yes, it does.
It shows.
Yes,
and that's a part of a winning mindset.
Yes, that is for sure.
Yes,
that is 100% for sure. Yes. So, and I understand that we were talking again, pre the show, and we were just talking about. I asked you. I said, "Is what you do really mathy?" And you said no, it's not. And I said, oh, okay, so it's attention to detail.
Yes, it's very detail oriented. At that time it was desk support. I was doing a lot of desktop support, peripherals, that's like your printers and things like that, scanners and things of that nature. So it's or software installations or hardware, replacing hardware. At that time when they hired me, they were switching over. So I'm about to get real technical. So we were switching over to a full network that at first it was gosh, I can't even recall the name, but we were switching over to Cat 5.
Okay.
Most people will recognize that. It looks like a phone cable, but a little bit bigger.
Okay.
So that was one of our projects, and the computers they had at the time did not have that capability. So they ordered the network adapters, and then we had to go around and install them, configure it, and then connect it to the Cat 45. And that was my first introduction into technology.
Wow.
My first introduction. And as we progressed, our network has changed. The devices we use has changed down to your mobile devices now, not just your Macs and your desktops and things of that nature.
Right.
You got iPads and IFPs, which are interactive flat panels. It's very encompassing in the school district, and that's just in the school district.
No, for sure. And you know what? That is just so interesting. The ease in which you converse about things that most people have no idea about. And I know that one of the things that I said in the introduction is that you're one of the, minimal women that are in this industry. Yet at the same time, what about it made you truly go forward with it? Like, meaning that, and here's why I'm saying that. Is because I know that, like you said, you went straight into a paid internship, right? So I get it, you get money, right? And that was something probably your friends at that time, especially if you grew up around the same time, may have been getting, but not necessarily legally. They probably were in school or doing other things or not making much at all. However, what is the thing that made you say, oh, this I love enough to make a career? Right.
I'm glad you asked that question, because I have a story that can correlate with it.
Okay.
So after starting my internship, I actually started working at another job as well. I used to work at Ticketmaster.
Okay.
And I was doing that, the internship, and I started working at another company that was like collections. So at that time, my grandfather had called me, and even though the paid position at NPS was part-time, he was like, I got a folder for you, because he worked at NPS as well at that time. He's since passed. But he was like, filled out this paperwork and go see this person. And I was like, what is this for? He was like, it's for a clerical position or whatever. They're going to, help you. It's full-time with benefits, because at that time you couldn't stay on your parents' insurance. So I needed something full-time with benefits. So I appreciate him thinking of me that way.
Right.
But so I went and got the paperwork, and I brought it home, and I was just like, it didn't feel right, because it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Right.
No disrespect, because I love our clerical staff, clerical staff, they're the backbones, like our parents, they're the first thing our parents and our children see,
right,
and things of that nature, and that their work matters,
right.
But I just knew that wasn't for me,
right.
So I didn't fill it out,
right,
because it wasn't what I wanted to do,
right.
And I would say that was that summer of '99. I started my internship in spring of '99.
Okay.
So I did get the job with the collections company. They did have some form of insurance. So I was doing both at the same time. I just working at nights and then working earlier in the day.
Right.
And came October '99, that same teacher who was encouraging me, and I went through both of his classes and things like that, called me back. He said, there's a full-time position open in the technology department.
Right.
And you need to go apply and interview. And I did exactly that, because
that's what you wanted.
So that was my mindset.
Yep.
My mindset. And you have to follow your heart, and that's what I was doing.
Right.
And you asked about, what made me do it. I need to follow my heart. Like, technology for me, it's always changing, so you're always learning, developing new skills.
Yes.
There's a lot that comes with technology. It's not just sitting behind a computer.
No, it
which most people, that's their first thought.
I know, but that's interesting, because that is one of those underrated. That's one of those underrated things where it's kind of like, we know that technology is always changing. We know how fast it goes. And I believe that the collective mindset has almost come that it's computers that are doing the updating and the technological advances, but it is still in fact humans.
Yes, it's humans.
Still in fact
it's humans
that are doing those things, that are still creating that are still creating the new algorithms, the new
AI, everything.
Everything, right.
And I'm glad you said that because, that's what I say to a lot of people, because, sometimes there's fear mongering with AI. And I said, AI is only as dangerous as the person's hands are using it.
Right, that's for sure.
Literally.
That's for sure.
And that's the same with any form of technology.
Yes.
It can't get no simpler explanation than that.
No, and that can be, I think that is a valid statement, because just like you said, it's only as good as whom hands it's in. Yet we know that there is evil in the world. We do know that there are different things, so I can understand how people can be concerned about it. I just also feel like that as technology advances, our lives are able to be so much more streamlined to things that those technological advances provide. I just do feel at times really sad for like the younger generations that don't have the balance of it, right?
Yes.
So it's
they're born into it.
Yeah, it's like that's the only thing about technology. I mean, definitely I love the convenience it provides in so many areas. Even right now, as my phone is continuing to like try to distract me away from us, right? Like they figure the conveniences and the benefits that it provides of all those things. It's like there is really a real world outside, and that's the part that I think that the whole point of saying all that was to say I think that's the basis of the fear mongering, meaning that those people that are fear mongering a lot are more so people that have experienced the world pre technology to this extent and do realize and recognize the joy of just being outside for being outside. For experience. We
grew up in both mindsets.
Exactly.
Like, we had the experience of both mindsets. But my grandson won't have that experience. But it is our duty as parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever is in that child's life to provide those separate experiences and have that balance, or creating boundaries or time limits and things like that with technology, and teaching them how to use it as a tool in their life and not crutch.
Yes, for sure.
No, it's very important.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And thank you for just sharing so much about your experiences and you coming to that point. So you made the decision. You say, okay, I'm going for the technology department, and you've been there ever since.
Literally. Ever since. I never left Norfolk Public School.
I mean, that is a testament. I'm so thankful that I got to bring you on here, because I recently had a conversation with someone, and I have this argument all the time about how great Norfolk Public Schools are. I tell people all the time, I did substitute teach. My mom taught in Norfolk Public Schools. I have several friends that are teachers in Norfolk Public Schools. And or staff in Norfolk Public Schools, and my daughter, my oldest, attended, and I just feel like that they really do have a great, if not the best, school system. I believe that they have a care level, in the parameters in which they're given to sow into the students. Because
if your mom was a teacher, you already know.
Right. To teach with that loving care to a certain extent that is missing in the education system, and that has been slowly and surely this swolls out over the past 20, 30 years. So I really do love that school system. I can see how it was easy for you to stick around.
Yes. I love my coworkers. I love our students, our parents, our community at large. We have a lot of community partners in public schools, and it's grown communities. That brings in innovation and different opportunities for our students to learn. Even within our department, even within our information technology department, and our connections and working with different vendors, all trying to make our students and teachers and staff experiences better. And our department has changed. Like I said, technology has changed over the years, and now I'm in infrastructure, more on the back end. So it's all about the network itself, the foundation. That's where I'm at now, the foundation. first 3 levels of the model. So taking care of the routers, the switches, the porters, the access points, anything that's IP based, just building the structure out and
for what?
Well, okay. So
help us, girl. Look,
like
hey,
I said,
everybody,
it's very technical.
This a lean-in moment. This a lean-in moment. Like and subscribe while you're leaning. Let's listen to this technical
stuff. I told you before I started.
I'm like, she was like I'm looking at you like,
then we didn't talk about that though.
At some point,
I told you when I started to talk about what I do, people were like, huh?
No, but that's the thing. That is the thing. That's the reason why I'm happy to have you here. Because guess what? You got somebody that's gonna be like, wait a minute. Let me get my ears on it. Because I felt myself. I was like, my brain was like 3 different words in a row. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, we gotta stop. So that's what I'm saying. So wait a minute. Before you go on, hold up. Before you go on. Before she goes into this explanation, though, I need you to understand this lady is a big deal. Like, she's a big deal. Okay, she's building the basis of everything that the kids is learning off of. Okay, she is building that and making sure that they are not being trapped and followed and all of the nasty stuff that people try to do with children online. She's making sure that they can't access that information. She's making sure that they have access to the information and that technology in such a way that it can be consumed and they can learn and the teachers can grade and all that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is.
Look at me. Yes. You can't tell me.
She's following very well.
Yeah, so go ahead. Okay.
But yes, everything that you just said is the end goal. Okay. That is the end goal for my department.
Got it.
I work with a team of multifaceted people, multicultural, and we have people at the site level. So each building has a representative from our department at the site level. And then we also have district. So I'm on the district level and we're considered administrators. So our team basically is the foundation for everything she just said. Right. Our focus is to make sure our network is secure, to make sure the people that need to be on it are on, can access it. Our purpose is to troubleshoot issues if problems arise, if a site is down. We need to, if it's on our end, like there's levels to troubleshooting. So I won't get too technical, but I'll just say there's levels to troubleshooting. So sometimes it's site-based. Sometimes it might be at the district level. Something a piece of hardware or something maybe offline. Or it could be one of our community partners. Right. Like Cox is one of our community partners. They're one of our vendors. So they have equipment in our building as well that provides our gateway to the outside. Right. So if their equipment is down, then we have to contact them, and that's a whole process as well.
So do you also look for the places for where this stuff goes? I know you said
they're called IDFs and MDF closets. Okay. So in your typical MDF, you probably have your server. You'll have your core router. You have switches. You may have a couple other servers, like the phone server, because our phones are IP based. You may have
what's IP?
Internet protocol.
I was trying to tell you. I keep saying what is that? Okay. Yeah. Internet protocol. What does that mean?
It's each device has an IP address.
Oh, I know what. Okay. Look, you guys, we're learning together. This is winning mindsets, and one thing about a winning mindset is that you're not afraid to ask, so that you can know instead of guess and pretend.
So when I say our phone servers, we have VoIP, so it's voice over IP. That allows it's not analog, it's purely digital. Okay. So it has each phone has an IP address and it's connected to our
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh, so when
it's very technical.
Yeah. So when they open up that closet, you can look at it and know what's happening.
Yes, and we have systems that we use to monitor our whole network that are very efficient. So I'll know something's down before the school knows it, and I'm usually calling the site engineer to let them know, can you go check the ID of such and such and check it for power if it has power.
That is kind of a serious job.
It is.
That is super serious.
I do take it's serious.
No, obviously. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I'm here to support. My job is to support and provide and just try to do my best because I know what I do directly affect what goes on in the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So.
No, for sure. You figure that. I just think that I, again, am just so happy that you came on, because how often do you have a conversation across careers, right? Outside of social engagement. Like we met at Women Who Lead. We went around for 12 weeks listening to some of the most powerful African American women throughout Hampton Roads, and you are one of those women that I greatly admire, which is why I asked you on to sit here with you and to hear the magnitude fully, and to have the opportunity to have this conversation, because for me, it sounds like you're talking in code. I understand. Like, I understand everything that you're saying. However, I just think it's so cool. Like, it is like so cool that we do so many things, right? It is amazing, right? And I just love that we kind of can do so many things.
You're not just one thing.
Right. We can do so many things. And I mean, it's
and
not like...
that's why you constantly evolve as a person.
Right. I mean...
Just keep evolving. And that's how I got to ODU.
So, we are women evolved, right? So we are women evolved. And so much that you have been able to accomplish has just been by your pure curiosity about things that you were interested in, trusting and following your heart.
Correct.
Right? So it led you to go to ODU. And I think that you were mentioning earlier a program. What was that program?
Well, prior to ODU, in my journey in technology, I believe Barack Obama was in office at the time, and he had a big initiative to, in healthcare, shift paper records to electronic. So there was a big initiative at different colleges, funding provided completely free for programs that you could take. One of my friends sent me the link. Shout out to Kiki. And yes. And so I took the class. I was like, okay, education, learning. Like I said, I'm curious. I like to learn.
Absolutely.
I was like, this is right up my alley, and it's technology still.
Right.
So I completed all the courses. I think it was over the course maybe a year, 16 months or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
It's pretty long. We got our certification in that, and my daughter said, well, you already have these credits. Why don't you just go ahead and finish? Because they were actually credits. And once it's just a program, we earned actual credits.
Okay, that's dope.
So those credits could go towards the associates.
Right.
So that's what I did. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. I should just go ahead and finish. So I received my associates from TCC, and I pursued my bachelor's at ODU.
Okay.
And that's how I got there. And at ODU, it's business administration. That's what my bachelor's was in. And as I was finishing it up, it was during the pandemic. You know, a lot was going on.
Yes.
Wasn't too sure how the world was going to go at the moment. So I was like, I'm not sure what I want to do with this degree. But it'll still be in line with what I like to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was thinking more project management in technology, because project needs to be managed.
Yes.
So someone whispered to me and was like, have you ever thought about infrastructure? And I was just like, not really.
Right.
But, he was like, you still working on your degree? Yeah. It's like, I'll be finished soon. Just give me a few. And so I finished my degree, and it's not often, we have a mighty department, but it's very small.
Okay.
And your mom worked for a school system, so people like to retire out of their positions.
Yes.
So usually nothing comes up available unless someone retired out of their position. And so someone was actually retiring out of their position.
Wow. And
it was in infrastructure.
Okay.
And so I applied for that position. That was in August of 2021. And waited a few months. They actually started interviewing, because sometimes it takes a little while for that process. And I ended up getting a position.
Wow.
I would end up and going back to when I interviewed for any other position I had in Norfolk Public Schools. Like I said, I started out part-time, and then I got my full-time position.
Right.
I had to interview for that, and when I shifted from just a regular PC tech to a site engineer, like I said, we have people at the sites that do the day-to-day support directly with the users.
Wow.
And the students. So I also did that job as well for some years. I always prepared myself.
Right.
And for infrastructure, I prepared myself as well. Did I know everything about it? No, I didn't. But I knew the foundation of it. Mm-hmm. And I studied. I prepared for those questions that they may ask me. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, always show up prepared.
I mean, and your own daughter was the one that told you to go back to school.
Yes.
How did that feel?
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It you know how moms and daughters are.
Yes. No, that's why
she has them.
Yes, everybody knows.
Yeah, you know how moms and daughters are.
So
that's one instance of our relationship where it's coveted.
Okay.
You know, a lot of decisions I make or made in my past were based around my daughter.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Even staying at NPS for so long, that was one of the factors because of the schedule. You got the K through 12 schedule, so you're off when she's off for the most part.
Right.
And I could take off if it wasn't a day, because I'm a 12-month employee, so we don't necessarily work on the teacher's schedule. We work all year long.
Right.
So, but that was one of the driving factors. She was the driving factor for me staying there so long, because people are like, oh, you could have left and went here and there, but healthcare is 24 hours.
Yes.
Because technology is everywhere.
Yes.
Big business, everybody has technology. Corporations, it has a technology department. You know, a huge lawyer office typically has their own IT department. Things of that nature. So jobs are everywhere. Sometimes they're a little hard to get into. So who you know, or you know.
But how often did you have to update your certification throughout the years?
Typically, well, the government kind of controls that, to be quite honest. Because even to do IT in the government, you have to be certified. They don't necessarily care about a degree.
No,
it helps.
No, that's what I was asking about the
you have to have your network security plus.
That's why I asked about
the government. But yeah, so the government told the companies every 3 years. Okay. Basically, it's every 3 years. You do modules now. So prior to that, you had to take a test again every few years. But now it's just doing modules to do a certain amount of hours, and then you're good for another 3 years.
Right.
So that's how that works.
And so I have another question to segue with that. Okay. So do you think, considering that you told us yourself that Norfolk Public School no longer has the program that certified you, do you think that a young person, girl or boy, would be able to take your similar route to that similar position today? Is that possible?
It is possible if you have that winning mindset and determination. Because just because NPS may not have it doesn't mean other school. Well, that particular test doesn't even exist anymore. It's kind of a legacy product. Okay. But there are certifications. You got Microsoft, Cisco. You got the A+ certification. Like I said, the Network Security Plus certification. There's a bunch of certifications. So under technology, it's just a matter of finding your niche and what you want to do. If you want to start at the A+ and then build your certification up, and try to. My best advice is go volunteer. Okay. Like if you're at TCC, they used to have a PC club. Okay. You can go volunteer for it, and get you some just everyday working skills in that environment. Just getting into that environment. Okay. Because we've had people to come to us from that environment. Okay, cool. And you got some. We can teach you. Okay. So there is a level of training involved in those type of positions. Yes, of course. Because you're always learning. Every day is something new. Right. Literally. Yeah. No. Every day is something new to figure out. Literally, that technology changes just like that. Right. No. I mean, let an upgrade come out tonight on some equipment that we had. We were, it was working yesterday. Upgraded and updated, and now it's broken. So now we got to figure out how to fix it. Right. You know? It's literally like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes,
that is really good. That is so interesting. I'm so intrigued by all of this that we have learned today. Mm-hmm. However, I know that that's not all of you. Because don't you have something else that you do too?
I consult. Yes. Because I have a degree in business.
Right, so I know you do business consulting.
Yes. And then I like to see everybody win.
Yeah. You're a mom.
Yes, I'm a mom.
You're in your community.
Yes.
I mean, it's like
mentoring for women who lead, even though I didn't do this cohort. But yes, that has been a pleasure and a great addition. I've met some wonderful people.
Yes.
Women in this area that I probably would have never crossed paths with.
Yep, that's true.
If Blair didn't have that vision. Shout out to Blair and Black Brand.
Yes. Shout out to them. Shout out to Black Brand for sure. No, and so that's what I'm saying is that, so I have to ask everyone, not just women that come on the show, however, you are a woman. So with all that said, because I said, I know you do something else. You have your business consulting, your mom, family, community. How do you maintain the balance?
I told you earlier. I love to travel.
Yes.
I love to travel. I love the arts. Like that's my heartstrings. Both of those are my heartstrings. Spending time, quality time. Because you can spend time, but making sure it's quality time with my family and my friends. They're my hearts, and I try to support them any way that I can. But also taking care of myself.
Okay.
That has been a lesson for me.
Okay.
Over the years.
Tell us about it.
Learning how to prioritize myself.
Okay.
So I'm not exhausted because I'm putting everybody else first.
Right.
But
everybody else's needs.
Yes. And sometimes we're thinking we're meeting our own needs, but when you think about, like, am I really saying yes because I want to or because I feel obligated?
Right.
There's a difference.
There is.
And if you're not happy after you say that yes, then there's something you need to reevaluate.
Absolutely.
Yes, because it's okay to say no. That's what I've learned.
Yes.
It's okay to say no.
Absolutely. It is okay to say no. And sometimes we give just out of the habit of caring for people. And like you said, you end up feeling like you are not necessarily getting what you need in return, but it's natural for you to provide that care.
Yes.
Yeah. So I definitely understand that. I always ask everyone, how do they create the balance? And then also, so what would like a wonderful relaxed day look like for you? And what would be a wonderful work day for you? Okay.
Good question. So wonderful relaxing for me, I call it a slow Sunday morning.
Okay.
I'm just getting up when I feel like it, sipping on my coffee.
Yes.
I live, my house backs up to a field, so I have trees. Right now I got all the beautiful foliage and the colors and everything. So I might just be gazing out the window.
Right.
With some jazz vibes playing through my Alexa, I won't call it surround, but you know, you can connect them.
Right.
And so the music plays out of all of it.
Right.
That's a good, just relax, chill day for me.
Yes.
You know,
nothing
doing nothing.
Just just
doing absolutely nothing.
Right. Anytime that I can get under the covers with my feet up.
Yes.
And not have to move for any reason for a consecutive amount of time. Like on those days, that is joy.
Oh, yes.
That is joy.
Yes.
You know, that is a different type of joy. You know, like I think as I get older, the sitting still brings me way more joy than the running. Than the running. I mean, I think about when I first became an adult, and the running was the joy. Like, oh, I can go here, I can do this, I can do everything, I can go everywhere. And now, especially after cultivating cultivating your home in such a way that brings so much peace.
Yes.
It's like, it's nothing more cozy than that bedroom.
I'm
serious. It makes me so happy.
Yes. Speaking my language.
I'm telling you, it makes me so happy.
You should be happy to go home.
I'm telling you, right, exactly.
You should be happy to go
it's
home.
Like, yes, Lord. So I definitely understand you on that.
Yes.
And so for
what about work?
Yes, what about work? What would be a perfect idea of a work day? You know.
no buildings down,
Okay.
no technology down. But no, a good work day for me is any day that I'm able to help and provide services that's within my scope to push education forward.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Yes.
That's a good day for us in our department.
Yes.
Yeah. Not just for me, but our department.
Okay. Well, you know, since you are someone in an industry that we know that so many of our fields like this that offer contract services, technological services, just so many service industries that are lacking people's interest. Okay? 2 things, and then I'm gonna let you get out. Okay, like and subscribe. Okay, I know you're learning something from this. So 2 things before you get out of here. Could you give us an idea of the starting pay range for that today, if you have an idea of the starting pay range?
It just depends on the position.
Okay.
Yes, starting positions can be anywhere from like help desk positions where you're literally just taking phone calls of people's issues, and sometimes you can remove in and solve them, but sometimes you have to be escalated. Or just like basic desktop support. That may be a starting position, or like hardware replacement, like replacing keyboards and hard drives and things like that.
Okay.
So it just depends on the company, whether it's private or public.
Or government, right?
Yeah, it just depends on the starting pay.
Okay.
But I know I believe our starting pay for our site engineers is probably like 57 to 60. Those
good.
Are our engineers.
And that's out of school. That's out of school, right?
Yes.
Like that would be like a
it's a non-degree position. So for a non-degree position, that's pretty good. But you do have to come.
You heard that?
Your skills and your A game.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's really good for non-degree.
Yeah, it's a non-degree. My current position is a degree position. You have to have your degree.
Well, we weren't trying to. They can't get like you yet.
Yeah, but I just want to keep it real.
But that's why I asked about the starting.
Yeah,
because we're not getting in your business. Okay. We know you don't put 20 plus in yours. You know, we trying to inspire the people.
Yes, gotcha.
That's why. Right. That's why I was not. We ain't even got to talk about that. I was just saying because I think that, and that's the thing is that with what you do, right? Although to me it may sound like those numbers in the matrix, right? There is someone that could be watching this, okay, that is just thinking about making a career change, and we know that it's never a wrong time to pivot. We know that it's never a wrong time to kind of seek your place in the world, right? Here's a non-degree position that you could literally come out of the military, you could come out of school, you could come out of another career that you hate. You could come and take some classes for the next year or 2, get some certifications with your A game, and go into a position that is increasing your income depending on where you're coming from, right? And then if they love it like you, then they're gonna get all the back stuff, right? So we not even we know that you work. We've heard your story and appreciate you sharing it. So, and then that's the reason that I asked that is because we know these positions are needed. Yeah. So the second question with that is, so what would you? We know to go get the suggestions. We heard you say A+ certification first.
Yes, that's kind of the basic.
And we're going to put this information down below. So a lot of these certification courses that she has mentioned, you will see those linked below. This is not sponsored by any of those organizations. However, you know, Flawless Living Made Simple, Winning Mindsets is about the winning mindset.
And people need the information.
Right. And if this is an area where you're looking to win, or if you're just looking to get information and you're a technical person and want to be able to do your own infrastructures for your own businesses, right? Because you think about how you had this technical assistance, like you said, for so many companies. Well, how much easier would it be if I could do, not me, I'm talking about somebody else, but I'm saying if I could do my own technical assistance because I've done some certifications and willing to try, right? And then, or learn and have your children or your colleagues, whomever. There are lots of opportunities. There are lots of opportunities to be able to do this, right? Yes. So we're going to link all that information below. So what, outside of those 2 main things, is there anything else that you would suggest to someone that was looking to get into this industry?
know your intentions and why you're doing it. And who you're doing it for.
Absolutely.
That's all I can say. Know your intentions.
Absolutely. Well, I am so thankful that you took the time to come on Winning Mindset.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.
I appreciate you taking the time after a long school day.
Yes.
Okay, even though you're not in school, you are definitely in the building.
Yes.
You are in the building. So
yes.
We appreciate you coming, talking about the world of IT, telling us a little of your story, and showing us that it is possible to create the life that you want, no matter what your path is, when you stay curious.
Yes.
And you come with the right intention. You come with the right intention. We appreciate you so much, Camara. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for giving me this beautiful opportunity to share my story and hopefully influence someone that looks like me to go into the IT field.
Yes, we thank you so much, and we hope you do. And I hope that you like and subscribe. I know I've said it a lot. We're 5 away from 100 subscribers. Give me a break, you guys. Come on. Subscribe, share it with someone. This is Flawless Living, made simple, winning mindsets. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
And click on the like button.
Click it.